What's up, besties? I hope you're having a good day. So I was supposed to make a different video. I had it already recorded, but I had to also edit it, and I had problems with my computer. Like, long story. I think I will send this one like to my phone and from my phone, to YouTube. But I had to download a lot of clips for that one, so I just decided to give up on it because the topic kind of stopped being relevant, I think. People stopped talking about it, so yeah. I figured I'll just share this time-lapse of a painting. I know the recording looks not best. My phone camera is not so great, I'd say. I don't know why it's so bad. My previous phone, it's not that old of a phone, and my previous was like Xiaomi, and that one was so much better. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that bad. Anyway, as you can see, I am painting. That's acrylic paint. And the story of this painting is basically that I was contacted with someone who saw my other artwork, and it was in a similar art style. I say it was one of the digital ones, but still. And they were like, "Hey, would you paint a dog?" And I was like, "Sure, yeah, I can do that." And they were like, "Yeah, but we want this to be like in real life, like with paint, not digitally." And I was like, "Okay, I can do that in this style." But when I sent them like the picture, I was like, "Hey, like I've got like 1 or 2 more layers to go. The color patterns and the proportions, like you want them to." They were like, actually no, they were like, actually no, we don't like this. So and they ghosted me. So that's cool. Now I have a painting of a dog. Yeah, that's basically the story. And when it comes to what's going on screen, you can see I was very indecisive when it comes to the background. I knew I don't want just these like smudgy thingies. I just did them to have like a sort of an underpainting so that I can sketch on top of that and don't have any white poking out. And then I did this thing with like a lot of colors. Then I later just decided to have less colors. Yeah, because the dog wasn't like sticking out enough. I figured I have to tone down the background. Even though I think this one was pretty. This not for this project. This is one thing I don't like about traditional art. Like, if I do something wrong and I have to overpaint it, it's gone forever. I can't use it for something else or anything like that. You can see like I'm doing just a lot of layers, and on every layer I'm changing stuff, and I'm trying my best to like make this both true to life with the dog being, gray and brown and black, and what I usually do, which is not gray and black, not gray and brown and black. I'm not sure. It's one thing that annoys me kind of in people wanting out from me, because like, sure, I get it. I'm not like famous or anything that I can be picky with people, but it's always that people are always asking me from things I don't usually do. Like, I'm usually asked about making a logo for someone, and I'm turning these ones down because I don't even have I don't even have the right software to do that. Or like anytime someone wants an actual painting, it's a traditional painting, and like, sure, I could do that somewhat, but that's not really my favorite technique. Why doesn't anyone want digital art? Like, I even gift people digital art sometimes. Like, I can print it out for you if you want. And you can also like have a file and print it out bigger if you want to, because I usually use quite big formats. So if you want to print it like on like a poster size, you can do that. And it's yours. I can give you the file, you know. And also, you know, it's never people. Like, that's my like second commission dog. The first one was liked. And that one was like in watercolor. It's usually like either animals or like landscape, flowers. You know, I can do that. I just don't like doing that. I don't know. Also, there is this sense of, oh, you. I guess it's more like people just assume like, oh, you're doing art, so make me art, and they don't even look at what I'm actually making. I don't know. It's a little frustrating. I don't want to complain because someone is interested, so that's cool. But yeah. As you can see, I'm going into more and more details into this one. At this point, I felt like quite confident about it, like that I'm going to make it look good, because you can see there's quite a bit of details. Eyes are still empty because I waited with the eyes to the end, because I couldn't find a brush that's small enough for me to do the details right, and I was really scared of doing them, and you know, also that I'm going to do them right and then I'm going to overpaint them for whatever reason. So yeah, also the light, also the lamp, I'm sorry about the lamp that makes it like glow, and some parts are not that visible for you. It looked good from my perspective, and that's what mattered to me, because I wanted to see the colors right. And yeah. At this point you can see me changing the background to a more neutral one. I figured like super saturated colors that are at their peak just don't, maybe just make this kind of disappear in the background. So especially around it I added light blue, because I didn't want to add anything like gray, and light blue kind of imitates gray in my head. I don't know how to explain it. I just thought, yeah, it does pop out more. You won't convince me that it doesn't pop out more. I tried to leave the pink, because I had very little of this pink paint. It's like fluorescent type of pink, like in highlighters. The camera isn't picking it up right, but it's a very pretty pink, and I have very little of it. So I tried to not overpaint this, and later on you can see I've squeezed out a little more of this pink, and I added it like on the tongue and a little bit in the fur, just for something interesting to be going on. But you can still see that the fur is in the colors it's supposed to be, so just a little bit of color added on top of that. I thought it's okay. And yeah, also I was struggling with it just because it was a German Shepherd, and there was so many like sudden color changes in the fur. Like usually when I like, I don't know, I hoped I could display more with just the shapes of like the strands of the fur, but I was struggling with the colors because I don't know, I'm used to using more bold shapes, and here I had to do a lot of like fading from one color to another, and you can see by how many layers I'm adding. I did not feel satisfied with the colors at this point. And also as I'm saying, it just didn't feel like my painting because I had to like stay true to the colors, and I didn't want to stay true to the colors. Like, have you seen anything I'm making? Like, if I'm making a human that's supposed to be rather true to the colors, they still end up being like pinky, orangey, yellowy, you know, not actually like flesh tones. And once again, I'm toning that down the background. And trying to leave a bit of pink in there. So, because I had very little of this pink paint, and I think it's a very pretty paint, and I feel like wasting it, and I felt like it's wasted if I overpaint it. I don't know. Overall, I guess they just didn't want this art style. They hoped for more realism, and I didn't want to do realism. Cause like, I don't know, I could probably do realism like with pencils, but with acrylic paint, like, please, like, I have colors, I want to use colors, but why can't I? But yeah, because I see my time lapse is getting to the end. Thanks for watching. If you have anything you want to say, you can leave it in the comment section down below. And for now, just stay safe, stay hydrated, and peace.